Well, well. I don't even know what to say, man. It's been a while since we've been here. That's something I can say. And also keep in mind, I'm gonna edit this on this phone too. I'm gonna edit it on the phone too. We're having an authentic Sega Slayer Year One experience right over here. Okay, folks. Okay. That being said, roll the intro. Hey Slayers, I'm the one and only world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Sega Slayer 64, and welcome back to a new video today. So, yeah, Sega Forever. It's been a little over 9 months. In fact, if we look at the video really quickly, you can see it's been, a little over 9 months. This was at the very start of the year. We took a look at Sega Forever for the second time, 4 months after the original video, to see if it has improved. So, now that it has been pretty much almost a year, I figured, okay, let's take a look at it one more time. I'm going to give this, because if you don't know, I have always been a frequent, I guess you can say, I don't want to say hater, because I don't hate these games, but I've always been a more frequent, outspoken person about them in general, because, well, these games right here, I figured Sega Forever, when it was first, getting announced and was going to first be a thing, I figured it had so much potential. But Sega screwed it up. They screwed it up bad, man. They screwed it up bad. When I first took a look at these games, even before I made my channel, they sucked, man. They did. Most of them did. A couple were okay, but for the most part, they pretty much sucked bad. So I figured it's time now to give these games one final chance. I'm giving these games one final chance. Well, at least for the foreseeable future. I can't say I'll never take a look at them again, but this is their final chance to improve, to impress me, okay? Because other than the Sonic games, and even they have their own problems, I figured, and I'm not going to be looking at them here, but I figured, okay, the main games I always had problems with, because Crazy Taxi wasn't that bad, neither was Virtual Tennis, but like, the Sega Genesis games, most of them were terrible. So I figured, okay, I'm going to follow the format of the previous videos, and we're going to pick out three games to take a look at and see if they work. Now, I have my newest Bluetooth controller here. Now, yeah, I did get one more, and this one is a landscape one, and it's actually pretty cool. And you open it up, it kind of, when you put your phone in, it reminds me of a Nintendo Switch, and it like clicks, and you can't see it, but I have it. And I decided, okay, I remember when I used to have that old King Gear controller back in the day. Only OG Sega Slayer 64 fans will remember that thing and the problems we used to have with that. I figured, okay, we're going to take a look, because I haven't used this controller too much, mostly because when I brought it, I pretty much don't make phone videos anymore. Occasionally, I still do, like this video right here, but like I almost never use my phone anymore for like videos because we have a PC. But this is something I want to do. See, in the future, even Android apps will be able to be used on Windows 11. So when I finally do upgrade to Windows 11, we're gonna, take a look at that there. But for now, I still have to do this on my phone, but hey, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna edit this here too. I'm gonna, right now, I'm gonna edit this on Power Director on phone because I haven't done this in so long, so I want to see if I still got the hang of it. But I digress. Before we get into the games themselves, right, we're gonna read some of the reviews on these, because some of these reviews are questionable at best. I'll tell you that right now. So you can see the Sonic games right here. They have better reviews. Like I said, these aren't that bad. Although these are probably the best because they were developed by Christian Whitehead. But to be honest with you, this is a lie, by the way. New games every month. That's a lie. That is a lie. I haven't seen any new games from Sega Forever in a while. In fact, if we go check Sega really quickly, you can see, although they do claim now that they have big games coming, I have not seen new games every month, personally. It's just not fair. The support for Sega Forever really isn't even there anymore. I mean, the games still do frequently get updates, but the like actual mainline support for them is just not there anymore. Sega themselves does not really support Sega Forever anymore. They don't try to give it the time. I didn't mean to download that. They don't really try to support it anymore, and I don't know why. Maybe they just don't think it's worth supporting anymore, but anyway, we're going to take a look at 3 games. Maybe they finally realized that the community had a lot of backlash towards them for the stuff that they were putting out, because some of that stuff was just plain bad, man. Plain bad. But let's get directly into it. Now, I'm going to start with Golden Axe really quickly, because this was one that I'm a huge Golden Axe fan here, and I used to remember reviews for this not being that good, and we're going to read some of these reviews here, and then we're going to get into the game itself. So, in case you were wondering when some of these games came out, this one was actually released August 3rd, 2017, a fairly early release, and it does include all 3 games, so that is good there too. But we're going to read some of these reviews. So, the first review starts off immediately not that good with a 2-star review. And it says, couldn't get past how unreliable the controls were. Unfortunately, it made the game near unplayable and couldn't get past the first couple of stages. The ads didn't help either. After every stage, and just to rewind the game, 15 seconds. So this is one thing that I really hated about these games. The game was unfair. Sega, with the amount of ads Sega put into this. Now, Sega is a multi-billion-dollar company, okay? Are you going to tell me you need to pump countless ads into these mobile games? Which is not saying, mobile games can't have ads. They need ads to be supported for the most part, because most people aren't going to make a purchase on a mobile game. Let's be honest here. Let's just be frank. But the amount of ads these things had, I mean, they made the rip-off games that are on the Google Play Store look like 5-star games compared to the amount of ads they had for these subpar ports. And right now, this is the most recent review, and it's already not looking too good for Sega. But we're gonna read on. It says, this one says, bring back memories, but the controls are just terrible. The control button should be bigger. Faithful to the original, it can be a little tough to reliably hit the buttons when they are just screen points, but that's a reasonable limit of a phone game. Here we go. This is every bit as good as the console version, but the controls of a D-pad/joystick will always be superior to the button controls of the mobile version. You can't play single mode, and you have to have internet connection all the time to start the game. What a disappointment. I played the original Golden Axe, and let's just say it's from the arcade. This is okay, but you really don't need to download this app. You can download another one that lets you play the actual arcade version, so you don't need this terrible graphics when you can just play the arcade version. Essentially, what this person is saying here is, don't play the Genesis. This is, to be clear, Sega really should have, I feel like Sega should have clarified this more, because they really didn't do a good job at letting everyone know. This is just called Golden Axe Classics, right? Now, when they say Golden Axe Classics, they're talking about Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3. But Golden Axe 1, 2, and 3 for the Sega Genesis. I think they should let you know that, because some people might download this thinking it's the arcade game, and in reality, it's not. It's the Sega Genesis games. And obviously, if I'm being honest with you, I'm gonna be frank with you all really quickly. Either way, you might be better off just emulating the games. But you didn't hear that from me, okay? You didn't hear that from me, but yeah, emulation, totally the way to go with these Sega Genesis games at this point, or at least if you want a mobile game. Or, alternatively, if you want a mobile game, you want these games on the go, and you still want to support Sega, go to your local 3DS or Nintendo Switch, and for Nintendo Switch, get the Ultimate Sega Genesis Collection. Or for the 3DS, you can get all of these games on the 3DS Virtual Console for less than $5, man. If you're gonna do it, if you want a good mobile version of these games, go and do it that way. Don't deal with this garbage. I'm letting you know right now. But so coming out of Golden Axe, everything's not too bad. We're just hearing about the controls right now. That's it. And this was last updated. Oh well, this might not be that good, because this one was last updated November 16th, 2020. Oh my god, you guys aren't going to believe me. November 16th, if you look up there in the very corner, it says Tuesday, November 16th. That is the day I am recording this video. That means oh my god, that's crazy. That means this game has not been updated in exactly a year. This is the 1 year anniversary since this game has last been updated. That is crazy. That's crazy. That genuinely is. I swear, I'm being honest with you. You gotta believe old Sega Slayer. I did not time this. That is one of the craziest coincidences I've ever received on a video. I didn't time this. I didn't plan for this. Sheer coincidence. I had this video planned, but as to when I was gonna do this video was a mystery. But I decided I wanted to do it today. That right there is the coolest coincidence ever. It is November 16th, Tuesday, 2021, and this was last updated November 16th, 2020. So that means the last update for this is a year old, and that's not looking that good. But let's move on to Streets of Rage. And you might be wondering, why did I skip Altered Beast? And that's because I read some of the Altered Beast ones, and oh man, I'm gonna let you know right now, that's probably the most, oh man, you'll see when we get there. But for now, it says, let's read some of these reviews. Now, this game right here, I have personal experience with. These games. I did a video with Martian playing these, and it was terrible. It was terrible. The controls did not work. The ads were unbearable. The game was laggy and barely playable. So, I want to have high hopes for this one right now, but I'm letting you know right now. My hopes for this game are not good. They're not good. But let's go ahead and read it. It says, great to have this game playable on my phone. Loved it on my Sega. Oh, man. Ooh. That is the most triggering thing to me, and I'm not going to spoil you that here because I want to do a Sega Slayer complaints video about that one day, but I have always hated when people call consoles by the name of the company. I hate that so much. Oh man, especially when they do it to a Sega console, more so the Genesis. Or things like the NES and things like that. I'll make a video about that one day because probably I might even make a video about that Friday because I want to talk about that. It's not going to be a long video, of course, because it's not that much to talk about. But that really gets under my skin. I do find the controls a bit unforgiving on my phone at times, though. I've not played any mobile games of this genre as good, but it has to be said, some of them have the controls down better. If it wasn't for that, then 5 stars. Really good game. I am a newcomer to this franchise, but veterans can have a splash of nostalgia with this. Why 4 stars? Ads. Like, way too many of them. Why should I watch an ad to save a game? Why should I watch an ad to just play a level? 4 stars. They said starts, but stars, I almost finished it. I almost finished this game. Well, I don't know how he spelled finish like that. This game in 2020. Then I deleted the game, but then I played in 2021. It started playing this. It was September. Well, I put 4 stars because it needs more new stuff. Or maybe it's because in Sega company that this company started like from the 90s or 80s. What? It's obviously this person is a younger person, doesn't know too much about Sega history. That's fine. I'm not going to fault them for that. We're going to continue to read this review real quickly, though. Ignore the spelling typos because this person is clearly young who wrote this. This game has Sonic, Streets of Rage 2, Ninja games, and Warrior games, etc. But please add different villains and other characters. Okay, so this person right here, I'm not going to count that review, not because this person doesn't know what they're talking about, but more so because this person doesn't know what they're talking about, and it's not their fault. They do seem to be younger, but essentially, to sum it up, what they're trying to say is they think Sega is a company that comes from the 90s or 80s, and they also think they seem to have gotten the games mixed up because they think this game includes all of the Streets of Rage games plus Shinobi and Sonic, and they think it's all included in the one, and they want Sega to add stuff that really can't be added to a 90s game, to be honest with you. This is an old game. I mean, it wouldn't really make sense for them to add to. What can they really add into a game that's already been done? They're just flat out ports. So I'm not gonna count that, or I'm not gonna take that off of Sega's record or anything. But that's that. Now we're gonna read Phantasy Star, and the reason I want to read this one right here is not because I have this game. No, I don't have this game, but this includes Phantasy Star 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I don't have this game, of course, but I'm gonna explain why we're gonna read this, because this game has a jarring issue, and being an RPG, that issue sucks. Okay, 1 star you can immediately see, and this first review sums it up perfectly. The game is beautiful, just as I remember it. The old Phantasy Star Sega RPG classics on mobile are a godsend. There is only one problem, and that means people think these games are awesome. They're RPGs, they should be easier to play on mobile, they should fit right in, but there's one problem, and I hate to say it, that it was the only thing that kept me from actually playing altogether. And it's the one thing, from what I read and what I've heard online and what I've seen in reviews, the Phantasy Star on mobile games, the Phantasy Star mobile ports, fit right in. There are actually really good mobile conversions of the Genesis games. But there's one problem that will keep you from playing these games, and it is the most unfair thing ever. And really, this is the one time where I have to really say, Sega, you guys were just wrong, flat out wrong on this one. And it's when you do crappy stuff like this that really just makes me look down on you as a company, and you're my favorite company in the world. So for me, the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, to say I look down on you about something, and that it just really disgusts me sometimes when you do this type of crap. It's just sad. It really is. And at this point, when you do dumb things like this, you get on par with companies like Sony and their garbage models at doing stuff. I mean, just look at the PS Vita. But what that actually is altogether is, you have to watch an ad in order to save your game. To save the game, you have to watch an ad. Think about that. Just think about that. And in RPGs that take hours to beat, literal hours, you can play this game for an hour and have to watch an ad to save your game. And if you don't watch the ad, you don't save and you lose all your progress. It's just like, screw you. That alone makes this unplayable, and Sega really needs to learn. I don't recommend you download this at all. In fact, go leave a bad review on this game themselves, because Sega, what they're doing here is just gross and disgusting, and it's just wrong. It's wrong how they're treating their loyal fans and the people who loved these games when they were younger and going to back. Just imagine playing an RPG, and that's not even the worst point. That's not even the worst part of it. The worst part is, sure, and somebody out there might be saying, well, it's just an ad. Just watch the ad and save your game. Well, sure. But if you're not in a place that has internet, or you don't have mobile data, guess what? Because not all of us, remember, not all of us play games on our phones. Some people play this game on their tablets. You know what I'm saying? Some people might be playing this on their tablets. Maybe on their, other devices out there that don't have internet, maybe on an older phone that you just use for your gaming phone, maybe a device, like I said, that you just use for your gaming phone, tablet, whatever. Not everyone's playing on a phone with mobile data. Even I don't always have mobile data available. So in that case, if you can't watch the ad and you don't have mobile data, guess what? You can't save your freaking game. So let's say you're on a road trip, right? And you're on a 5-hour long journey across the United States of America. I don't know. You're going from, let me think. You're going from New York to Oklahoma. I don't know, man. I don't know. Ohio. You're driving from New York to Ohio. Why would you do such a thing? Who wants to go to Ohio? I don't know. But that's just where you're going, okay? You're on that long journey. You make 4 hours of progress in this game, and you're an hour away from where you need to go. Yeah, you can't. Your phone's about to die or something like that. You cannot save your game if you don't have internet. It means the game is unplayable. It ruins the entire experience. So if your phone dies, guess what? 4 hours of progress, gone. Now, you tell me, would you want to pick up this game and play after 4 hours, no progress? that alone makes this game unplayable, and shame on Sega for what they're out here doing, because it's just sad. It is sad, and it's really garbage. And to be fair, they give you a 99-cent option to pay for and get infinite saves or whatever, but I shouldn't have to pay to save in an RPG game. It's a really scummy move, and Sega, it's just awful what you're doing. You need to update this game and take that out now, because if you don't, I really don't recommend anyone downloading this game. It's flat out garbage. It's a great port, and if you have the 99 cents to pay to have infinite saves, go ahead and do that. But if you don't, stay far away from Phantasy Star Classics. Emulate. I'm not even going to whisper this one. Flat out emulate this game. Emulate the Phantasy Star games if you don't have the money to pay for online, because what this is just flat out garbage. It's wrong. It's wrong what Sega is doing. This person right here rated it 1 star, but they actually give you a solution, some type of solution as to how to play the game if you don't have the money to pay for a save or something like that. They tell you how to save the game, and essentially what they say is save offline by going to the house in the first city that downloads memories and experiences. Then when you get a Vodafone, I think that's what it's called, you can save anytime after level 10 of one of the characters. When the game starts, it has checking back date and ask new game or continue. Pick continue, and the file will show up that you named in the memory house. Thanks to the person who found the saving tip. I don't know about the other 2 chapters, if they also can be saved in game. So yeah, essentially that's only in Phantasy Star 2. So you can only save in Phantasy Star 2. Anything Phantasy Star 3 and 4, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. That's it. And this game, I guess it doesn't include Phantasy Star 1, which is dumb, but hey, there you go. If you don't have, there's a tip for anyone who still goes ahead and downloads this game without internet. There you go. But it's just garbage, and Sega is really doing some really scummy work by doing that. But let's move on here to Altered Beast, and Altered Beast is the worst rated game of them all, so I knew I had to download it and give it a check here. I knew. So it says, description says it's compatible with HID controllers or HID controllers or hide controllers, whatever. And as of the writing, if this review, I can say it doesn't. At least not with the Razer Kishi. The most I can do is use A, B, X, and Y. No other button works, including sticks and D-pad. I'd say that's false advertising. Now, that's the same for me. Last time I played these games, I couldn't use the sticks or D-pad, and I could use the A, B, X, and Y buttons, and maybe even the start button, but nothing else would work. So, hey, I mean, it's looking like not too good here. It says poor controls, and you get ads at every turn. You can't play without an ad going off. It's the worst game when it comes to download, because unlike most games with ads, this one has more ads than gameplay. Do not download, and it's sad because this is one of my absolute favorite classic games that I can play over and over again. I just downloaded it to see what all the negative reviews were about, and immediately deleted it because of how right the negative reviews were. And then one last thing, it says, great app, Sega forever, baby. However, not worth buying with only 5 levels. Ads can be a little frustrating, but can't complain too much because it's free. It's actually a brilliant strategy anyway. I finally ended this game after 28 years thanks to the save feature. Game does repeat, but levels are much harder, so if you up for the challenge, go for it, but I'ma pass. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's what that person says, and some of these reviews are old. This is the most recent. Hold on. This one right here is the most recent review. And if you're looking at it, it doesn't look like Sega has updated this game in a long time. In fact, it came out until June 21st, 2017. So it was an early Sega Forever game. And the reviews don't go that long. So, I mean, let's get right into it. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. I've held you guys up long enough. So I'll be right back with the actual gameplay. Okay, so I decided to start this off with the games that I figured would have the best chance of working, and that is the Golden Axe series. My hopes aren't high, but hey, you know, it is what it is. We're going to get right into it. And first thing I'm going to tell you is I can't select anything with my controller, but exit the game, and I don't want to do that, so I'm going to exit that. I can't use my controller. Only thing that works is the B button, so we're just going to select the game with my hand. Well, it's not even going to... Hello? It's not even going to let me use my controller. Hold on, I'm going to turn it off. Because it doesn't appear that it's going to allow me to even use the controller. Yup, it did not even want to work with the controller. I'm going to turn it down. It does not even allow me to use the controller. So, you can pay for ad-free. Like I said, I think it's 99 cents. I'll let you be the judge of if you think it's worth it. I'm not going to pay for it here because I don't play Sega Forever games. I'm not. So if you go to the settings here, the game's already unresponsive. Just start the game. We'll go with one player. And it's connecting to something and you get an ad. An ad for a crappy mobile game no one wants to play. Skip the ad. Just to start the game, you get an ad. Okay. Perfect. Okay, you can save your game, rewind, blah, blah, blah. So everyone complained about the buttons. Now, the start button is kind of small, but like the other buttons to me aren't that bad, but hey. Here we go. So here we go. This is the game, and it's already lagging. Okay, well, there we go. Okay, no, they were right. These controls are... my finger's directly on the B button, yet it won't like work properly, and the game's already insanely glitchy. You can see the enemy got stuck there. Well, at least the music's on par, right? But at least from what I'm looking at from last time, I'm not seeing any improvements. Now, what I actually want to see is if we could get an ad at the end of the level, like everyone said you would, because it's like, at this point, it's starting to actually get really sad how Sega Forever's looking. It seems so promising at first, but even Sega at this point knows that the project's dead in the water. It was never a really a good investment anyway, if I'm being honest. Like, just look, anytime an enemy is going to come in on screen, you get a lag spike. Now, okay, as someone who's played Golden Axe a billion times, I actually haven't played Golden Axe in a while since, I don't even remember when the last time was that I actually sat down and played Golden Axe. It's just actually been a while. Not because, I still love Golden Axe. It's still probably one of my favorite Sega series. I just haven't played the games in a while because I've been playing a lot of other games recently, going back and playing old games I've always wanted to play and going back and playing new games that I also wanted to play at the same time. I'm not going to get him. Oh, I actually got him. There we go. So I haven't actually had the time to play Golden Axe in a while, and I can't tell you if the lag spike is present whenever an enemy comes on screen, but maybe there is probably a few. Now, we're not going to look at all three Golden Axe games here because, personally, I just don't think it's worth it to look at all of them, and I think one should be a good representation of how the rest of the games will perform. Hey, at least the magic doesn't seem to lag, so that's good. Those guys are dead. Just the boss guys left. I do think Sega could have put the arcade games on Sega Forever instead of, putting the non-arcade games here. And oh my god, these controls are incredibly unresponsive. Look, I'm stuck! They're incredibly unresponsive. I'm pressing the B button and it almost doesn't work. Now, I do have bigger hands, I'll be honest with you, but it's like, it's not working. It's so unresponsive. Everyone was right about that. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. I'm calling that. These controls are unresponsive and genuinely need to be better. Like, I'm stuck. Okay, at least we beat him. So I wanted to see if we get an ad after every level, like everyone said we do. I don't think we are going to get one, though, because, we haven't got one yet. If we are going to get one, it'll be in a second, but hold on. There we go. Grab the magic. The D-pad's incredibly unresponsive, so he doesn't want to move. Let's see. No, we didn't get an ad, so maybe everyone was wrong about that, but let's just exit this really quickly. I'll be right back. I'm going to restart this. Okay, so now we're gonna try and launch Golden Axe 2 really quickly. We're not gonna do all three of them, but I'm just curious to look. So yeah, you get an ad before you start the game, whatever. Stupid ass PUBG Mobile. Ugh. Same crappy controls. Actually, if you go to the options really quickly and you go to controls, a lot of people don't know this, but if you go to the options and you go to controls, right? These are controls for a controller. My controller is no longer on, so I don't know why that's there, but let me see. Go to graphics. Or you can mess with the resolution if you want. Pixel perfect, classic, filter, smooth, scan lines. We'll just go with smooth. Done. There we go. I remember you could used to mess with the controls, but I guess you can't anymore. Just play. So yeah, if you want to save your game, you do. These games were never meant to have you save in them anyway. Like Golden Axe and stuff was never meant for you to be able to save in this game anyway, so you know it is what it is on that. I mean, you can beat this game pretty fast anyway, so do you really need to save? I don't know, you can be the judge of that. I'm not going to tell you if you need to save or not. Although, man, I really need to have another Golden Axe playthrough on my own personal time again, because like, I really do love Golden Axe. And if I don't stop, now we're going to try and save real quickly. Let's just save. And look, you can have 3 save slots, and each time you have to watch a video. You have to sign into Google Play to save. Deal breaker. Deal breaker. I do have a Google Play. I'm not going to sign into it here. Deal breaker. Sega, what do you want? I'm off of this game, dude. I'll be back with Streets of Rage. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys know something. I did try to test the controller again, and no dice on that end. The controller still didn't work in this game, so I reset it, and we're going to try this again. Yeah, essentially, here's what I'm going to tell you right now. Controller is a no-go, at least these normal controllers. Maybe you can get an Xbox One controller or something to work, but not here, so... Actually, that's wrong. There we go. Okay, we're going to accept the terms of service because I don't really care. So, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at this. So here's what I'm going to show you right now. This game has 2 options. You can upgrade anytime from the main menu. So I'm glad they actually showed us this. Sega games may be featured on launch. So do you see this right here, right? So it says you have 2 options. You can ad supported, which is free, and you get cloud save only, and internet is required. Or you could go ad free and supports cloud and local save. Just think about that. If you want to save your game normally, you have to give Sega money. I'm not doing that, so we'll just play the game normally. We're gonna have to get an ad before we can actually get into the game. No, this song sounds a bit copyrighted, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip that quick as possible. Yeah, you can save your game, blah blah blah, rewind feature, and you have a time limit on the rewind or whatever. So this seems to be Streets of Rage Classic, but I only see Streets of Rage 1. They didn't ask me to select anymore but Streets of Rage 1, so I think only the first Streets of Rage game is on here. Why they call it Streets of Rage Classic, I'll never know, but hey. The game's all here, and see, I'm not going to spend too much time on this game either, because this video is already long enough. And also, see, this is just a repeat of, Golden Axe. This suffers from pretty much all the exact same problems Golden Axe suffers from, which is not too much. Like I said, I don't seem to get an ad every level, but we are going to see here. I want to see if because this was a game where they said they get an ad every level, so we're going to see. I didn't get an ad every level in Golden Axe, but I can say this. It seems a lot less laggy than it was last time. That's something I'm going to go ahead and say right off the bat, because I remember when I played this game with Martian, and I tried to even play it by myself, and the game was unbearable, okay? The lag on this game was terrible. So it seems they might have fixed that, so I say might have because I don't truly know. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember which phone I had at that time, and I've been through 3 phones throughout the time of this channel, so I don't know necessarily which phone I was using at the time, but I think it was this phone. I do remember it being the current phone I have now, and I remember it lagging like crazy, and it doesn't seem like it's lagging here, but hey. The controls do make it a little bit hard to play the game, I'll let you know that right now. Especially trying to catch these guys, it's pretty hard. And just can you imagine pulling off some of the moves that these games have to offer? Like, it's basically impossible. Let's grab this. One thing I do love is that you have certain sets of movement, but here we go. Oh my god, you see that? Do you see what I'm saying? The like unresponsiveness of the D-pad and things like that make it so you're pretty much at a disadvantage the entire game. It sucks, dude. Let's see. I'm doing my best here with touch controls. This is another reason I don't play these games. With an emulator, at least with an emulator, I can use a dedicated controller of my choice. It doesn't even have to be like an Xbox controller or anything like that. You can use whatever controller you want. So, you know, that's automatically a plus. Whereas these games right here seem to be limited in what type of controllers they use. I wonder if like Sega's own 8-bit Go Genesis controllers and things like that will work. I'm not sure. Saturn controllers too. I don't know if they will work, because I know you can use them on phones, but I don't have one, and I'm not buying one just because I don't need one. You know what I'm saying? Even if I play my Genesis games on the go, I usually use my 3DS Virtual Console because I have a hacked 3DS. I have two ways to hack. I have two ways to play this game. I have a hacked R4 card, and I have an actual hacked 3DS, so I can play this game both ways that way, but I wouldn't play normally on my phone anymore. I don't usually use my phone to play any type of emulated games anymore. I use my PS Vita and 3DS to do the job now. The screens are the screens are bigger than my phone, but I don't know, it just feels more comfortable playing with something that was actually like designed for games. With smartphones were designed for games in mind too, but I mean, like, you know, it just feels more natural playing on an actual system than playing on, you know, a phone. Even with a Bluetooth controller, I just prefer to play it those ways. I mean, sure, these games they look better on my phone. I'll be honest with you. I just always choose to play that way anyway. So we're gonna see here. We're at the boss here. And I always save my stuff at the very end. How did you manage to survive an RPG shop? Someone tell me, because I'm curious. Ooh, we took a lot of health. We took a lot of health. He's dead. That was easy. So let's see if we actually get an ad. And they were right. Yep, they were telling the truth. You get an ad after every level. That gets annoying quick. That really does get annoying quick. I can see where people are coming from with that. Oh, man. Well, I mean, that's it for Streets of Rage. I will say this, potentially. I'll say this about Streets of Rage really quickly. The lag that I faced originally seems to have been somewhat fixed. I'm not going to say it truly has been fixed, but it seems somewhat fixed. Maybe they really did fix it. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say they did. I'm not gonna say they didn't. But I will exit this now. I'll be back with Altered Beast. I'm gonna give a final. So here we go with Altered Beast, and my hopes are already not high for this at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. My hopes are way down low for this. You know, I've never really been a true fan of Altered Beast anyway. To tell you the truth, I've never been an Altered Beast guy. Like, it's a okay game. I do play it from time to time, but it's a little bit too hard for me, to be honest with you. And this is coming from a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon fan. Same old thing here. So let's just watch the game. Connecting, and before you can even play the game, before you even get to touch the game, you get an ad. Oh no, we didn't get one this time. Maybe it glitched, and maybe they just didn't give us an ad. I don't know why, but let's launch the game. Again, I should let everyone know this is the Genesis version of the game. This is not the arcade version. I feel like Sega should really specify that, but they don't. So whatever, it is what it is. So this is already a hard to play game if you ask me. So trying to play with these tiny controls makes it a bit harder. Although I can say, because I have a big phone screen, this game looks nice. No, I didn't want to miss him. That was stupid. This game does look nice, but this was already a hard game, so I just imagine. Oh, dude. Okay, we got him. We got him right there. We got that dude. This is already a hard game to play anyway, so trying to play it with mobile phone it was definitely not easy, and I'm gonna miss him again. No. Okay. I might not be able to complete this. I'm gonna tell you right now. These controls suck so bad. Oh man, I don't know about this. don't know about this. I just got the first power. I usually have all three by this point, or maybe two. At least two. I usually have at least two by this point. I don't even have one. Okay. Okay. Oh man, these controls are bad. They're bad. I'm letting you know right now. The controls are bad. They turn an already not that good game into an even worse game. Just for the sake of turning it into a worse game. I'm gonna die. There's 0 lives on the first level. Even I don't see this bad at this game. Even I am not this bad at this game. And oh man, I suck at this game, but even I don't suck this bad at this game. This is sad. This is sad. This is unplayable. This is unplayable. I'm gonna let you know now. This is virtually unplayable. And if you think I'm joking, if you think, oh, maybe I'm over exaggerating or something like that, try to stop yourself. This is unplayable. I'm already one. I only have one heart. Oh my god, this is unplayable. And don't even try to use the rewind because you're gonna have to save. I mean, you're gonna have to watch that. I'm stuck.
Welcome to your doom.
I'm not gonna be able to beat this dude. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm letting you know now. Because the D-pad is so unresponsive, I can't move in time. I'm dead. Game over. That's sad, dude. I'm not even. I'm done with that. That is a poor excuse for a port, and I'm with everyone who reviewed that. That game sucks. That is the worst one, and I'm just gonna be frank with you guys. Sega Forever. Almost 9 months later, or almost a year later, for the final time, these games have not improved at all. Maybe Streets of Rage, because it didn't lag like it used to. So maybe that got a little bit of improvement. But in terms of everything else we've seen, these games suck. Don't download them. Go get yourself an emulator. Go do something else. Go buy one of the official Sega Genesis collections on Switch or something else. Just don't play these games. They suck. They suck. Sega did a very poor job with these, and they don't tend to, doesn't even look like these have gotten updates in a good year. In the case of Golden Axe, they're not worth it. Final verdict, Sega Forever is a waste of time. My opinion has not changed whatsoever about these games. They suck. I don't know what Sega was thinking, why they thought it was a good idea to release these. They're just genuine garbage. Don't download them at all. They're terrible. They don't even get a 5 out of 10. They don't even get a 1 out of 10. They get a 0 out of 10 completely. Especially because Altered Beast and Phantasy Star really made me mad in the way they do those two games. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. As far as Sega Forever, I don't think we'll ever be looking at it again. I've given it 3 chances thus far, and it still sucks. You know, maybe if these games receive some type of big quality of life update out of nowhere, but judging by the fact that Sega has not released any more Sega Forever games, yet Sega Forever still exists on Twitter, I'll never know, but it doesn't seem like that account on Twitter basically just exists to retweet Sega things, and then comment every once in a while about how it's a game's anniversary. But as for Sega Forever games, they don't seem to be coming out anymore. They don't seem to be getting updated anymore. Now, Sega does promise that they have more mobile games coming in the future, more Sega Forever stuff coming in the future, so maybe when that stuff comes out, this stuff might receive some updates, and then maybe we'll look at it. But as of now, these games are not worth downloading. Don't waste your time. Don't go download them. They suck. They're terrible, and this is the last time Sega Forever will be featured on this channel without some type of update that would really change something. But that being said, if you're new here, if you can subscribe, that'll be really awesome. We're trying to reach 300 subscribers, and you'd be helping us out a lot. Make sure to share this video with your friends to become a Super Slayer. I've been the world's coolest Sega enthusiast, Second Slayer 64, and until next time, have a good one, Slayers. And remember, stay away from Sega Forever.